What is going on, guys? So today we are creating new holes to make things fit a lot tighter and a lot more securely. What I've got behind me is the current project I'm working on. What you'll find sometimes doing e-bike conversions, sometimes the holes on the frame where the battery base connects to, these holes don't line up with anywhere, or sometimes they just don't even have holes on the frame. So you have to create ones yourself. This can be done with a Riv-Nut tool. First you need to find the right size Riv-Nut for the bolt, find the corresponding drill bit. Basically I'm just going to run you through the process today of that. I'm no expert, but what I do know is 3 holes is definitely better than 2 holes. So we're going to make sure this is well and truly secured today. I've already got 2 holes at the top that fit. We've got 1 hole at the bottom of the tube that we need to, honestly this is a serious video. So yeah, I'm just going to run through the process. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I've done this a few times and it seems to work. So just going to run you through the process, what to do if you want to fit an e-bike battery to a frame that either doesn't have holes for the drink bottle holder or has holes in the wrong place. So I'm going to show you what the deal is on this one and why I need to make my own, create my own hole in the frame. Just run through the process. So this is not a standard battery. So if you haven't got a standard battery, sometimes the holes are going to be in the wrong place. This is an upgraded 20 amp hour or 30 amp hour battery. Doesn't fit the original holes, appear to be 1, 2 and 3 there. Problem is with this, if I try and mount this there, where this frame curves, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but we end up with a massive gap. It doesn't sit flat to the frame. So I can get away with using these 2 existing holes, and to me, I like to stick my nut through that bottom hole. Bolt, sorry. All I've done is put a couple of bolts in there and I've marked on the frame. It's a good idea to use some masking paper or green frog tape or something, just so you don't mark your frame. Also gives the drill bit a little bit of something to, if you just do it straight on the glossy paintwork, the drill bit can wander all over the place. Sometimes is a little bit of an issue trying to get a drill into the frame triangle. As you can see there, I've only got this much space to angle the drill with. Sometimes you might have no choice but to do it at a slight angle. We're going to see today anyway with this. So what I tend to do first of all is get the I can't remember, is it M5, M6, whatever size it is. Now this kit comes with different size Riv-Nuts. You get various sizes of these, so I'm just going to take one out just to give you a quick idea for those that have never seen this before. So basically you'll get a drill bit pretty much the same diameter. You get a drill bit the same diameter as this, and then this will just drop down into the hole that you drilled. And with the tool that's a bit like a rivet gun, Riv-Nut gun, you'll be able to squeeze it so this bottom portion squishes outwards and it just gets wedged in the frame. And I don't know if you can see down there, I don't know if the camera's that good. There's a thread inside there, so you haven't got to worry about threading it. But saying that, it's never a terrible idea to have a tap and die set, just in case you ever cross thread anything or need to make repairs, or it's just a handy thing to have. There's nothing more annoying than stripping a thread out. So going to go find a bolt, compare the bolt to the drill bit and this, so these are all got to be about the same size, and yeah, start getting set up before it rains. Not absolutely necessary, but if you've got a centre punch to hand, it's definitely going to help with the drill wandering off in all kinds of directions. So just mark that pretty much where you want it. Cool. Right, what I normally do is, if it's got an existing bottle cage mount, I get the right bolt size. Yeah, so I make sure I've got the right bolt size. Then when I've got that, I match that up to the Riv-Nut, because I've got various different sizes. Just make sure it goes in. Make sure that that bolt goes into there nicely. And that is going to be the Riv-Nut size that we're going to use. The bolt goes in there nicely, that's exactly what I want on the frame. Now all I need is a drill bit in this diameter, which should be hopefully easy enough to find. Right, I've had a little look around and I've found the perfect drill set, left laying in my garden, out in the rain. So we're going to start off with kind of the smallest, most sensible size, just to try and pierce through the metal. You don't want to go straight in with a full size. It's going to be way easier to do a pilot hole. So yeah, rustier the drill bit the better. Right, we're about to go in hard. Now remember, when you're trying to fit 3 holes in, it might be difficult and you might have to stick it in from a funny angle. You have a hole. Now we've got 3 holes to stick it in to make it nice and hard. I mean nice and secure. Pilot hole in. So we've got these lovely quality drill pieces to choose from to match up this Riv-Nut, and I'm probably going to guess. Now I think you should actually take an exact size, but I'm going to go with that will do basically. You might find that trying to fit the length of that when you're trying to do 3 holes at once is going to get a little bit tight, so you might have to stick it in from different angles, okay? I want it to come from the other side because I feel like it's going way off in the wrong direction. The other side. Yeah, another good tip is if you're sticking it in from funny angles is to switch things up a bit and hit it from the other side. Normally you'll get much better results.
You make a hole, not a cave, Stephen.
Okay, it's not going to be pretty because this I haven't got much choice unless you start buying like right angle drill bits and things. It's going to be what it is.
Peel and reveal.
It's not too bad. The final bit of truth is trying to get your Riv-Nut in there. It's tight. I don't know whether to give it a little wiggle. Wiggle. So I reckon that drill size was just a little bit generous, but it's better for it to be tight and need boring out. There you go. Perfect. So this is what you want then, guys. Just the Riv-Nut going into the hole. Very little movement, very little room. That will be beautiful. So now, on to the fun part of using the Riv-Nut gun. Right guys, fast running out of daylight now. Had to stop a couple of times because of the rain, so I've got the tool, I've got the hole ready, and I've lost the Riv-Nut. Right, I'm just going to go over this quickly before it gets completely dark. This is the Riv-Nut tool. I think some Americans or other people call it nutsert tool. That's just to hold the thing together in the packet, so take that little metal bracket off the handle. This one just screws in to stop you squeezing it too far, so you just set that in so it's about there, and this bit screws all the way back in so you've got the thread exposed there. Then all you do is you take your nutsert and you spin it on there, so that is just going to go down in the hole with it open, and then I'm going to squeeze it together. So we've got our tool. I'm just going to put this straight down in the hole, make sure it's flush, and then you're going to give it a nice squeeze. You should feel it. Squeeze it together, turn this, and there we have it. There it is. Let's zoom in a little bit. So this is the one we don't need. This is our new freshie. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, which as long as they're in line, that should give us a nice solid base for the battery. Obviously you can test it out. Goes in there nice. Right, running out of light fast, but it doesn't look as dark on camera as it is in real life. Line up the top hole. I did go in a second time in the Riv-Nut gun. I was a bit rusty. I didn't get a good enough squeeze on it. Now it's super solid. This one at the base is for the new hole. I don't even know if it's going to line up yet. Lovely. Needs to be going in. How would you have it? The third hole lines up exactly as well. That ain't going nowhere. 3 bolts. That's exactly what you need on a battery that heavy. I'm going to bring the battery out in a second, give this a little test to make sure them heads are clearing, the battery's sliding onto the base. Bit worried about this one. I might need a lower profile head, but we'll see. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that little video of putting holes in things and fitting larger e-bike batteries and batteries to bikes that haven't got holes in the first place for a battery. Hopefully you find that useful. Just make sure you're getting enough leverage on the Riv-Nut tool. I didn't quite have it wind out enough fully, so I didn't get quite enough bites off camera. I had to re-squeeze it in again, but you'll feel as you squeeze the tool it will just kind of bite and squish the nut out, and then you won't be able to pull it out. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that little quick video. Next stage of progress on this fat tyre build, and I'll see you guys in the video soon. Take it easy. Bit of a beast of a battery. This one's had a custom paint job to look like it's in a kind of metal effect. Bit difficult to see now, it's almost getting dark. It was a bit pushed for time, but glad to see it is on and ready for the next stage of this build.